I'm interested in how the recession of the past year has filtered down into your world. Are you looking at smaller budgets that you're working with? Are you being called upon to come up with cost-cutting measures? Are you being called upon to make your operations more efficient, to do more with less? Or are you pretty much immune from the effects of the recession?
I'll start with that one from my standpoint of CEO and looking at the budget. You start looking at where you need to cut, where can you cut, and in my opinion, IT is not the area that you can cut because you still have to have your security, your disaster recovery, your connectivity to all of your branches. That's the core of your business is serving your members, and in order to do that, you have to have your DP system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's a non-negotiable, it's an essential item.
I cannot cancel my security contracts. I cannot cancel my surf control.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that is one area that is non-negotiable.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I would say for the monies that have been allocated for maintenance and keeping the systems up and running, the security, all those things, really the credit union isn't trying to look to cut corners on any of that either. I think where the initiatives and projects that we're planning for next year, they just have to have a quicker ROI. We're looking for projects that'll have a 1-year payback, those kinds of initiatives versus the longer scope ones at this point in time. Things that will cause efficiencies in the branches, if we can, if it'll, make things more efficient, like teller image capture and those types of things. Those are initiatives that we're moving ahead with. So I think that's where they've just prioritized is that it's just got to have a quicker return on investment.
Okay.
The recession, I think initially it was more just fear in early 2008. And moving forward, a lot of our projects, we just said, we've got this budgeted, but let's hold off. So actually it was end of 2008, early this year, I'm sorry. The things that were on our budget that we've kind of went back to look, and then due to the recession, I think some of the prices have gone down on those things. Mm-hmm. And we really look to negotiate some things towards the end of the year because there's a lot of incentives to make sales prior to year end. So that's one thing we look at. Things that we're looking long term is, do we need 15 servers at this building, or can we go down to 3 or 2? And that impacts the operation in quite a few areas aside from just physically having boxes like that to serve applications. It affects heating and cooling, power consumption. You can also get refunds from certain parts of the government, I believe, for being green. That's one thing that we're going to look at. I know that CUNA had a white paper on that. I was reading about someone locally that had done that, and that's something that's attractive to us. From an IT person standpoint, I like it because there's a lot of redundancy built into those types of systems where if I have a server that's a virtual server and it crashes, I've already got a backup and a snapshot of it on another redundant backup server, and the end user doesn't know that that was down for 4 hours. It was down for 2 minutes and we're back. So virtualization is something that we want to look at this year. I'd really like to virtualize like our phone servers because some of them are getting old and we can go with newer technology and maybe save some money that way. With our core conversion, we had 2.5 positions in IT and now we're down to 2. One of our full-time folks moved on and we were able to promote the part-time person to full-time. So we're still very busy, but I think that some of the things that we were able to hand off to the core, to the out-of-house service bureau, has saved us some time there. So those hours we did not need to increase.
Okay. Okay, Mark, any effects of the recession?
I guess just to recap, we're like everybody else. We've not cut current products or services, but new products and services we aren't rolling out as fast, and we're becoming more choosy about the ones we plan to roll out.
Okay.